Dallas is going to win their first championship in franchise history.
All the sweat and all the tears to get to that point, it was definitely, heartbreaking.
Losing the championship in 2011, one of the most painful, hurtful, embarrassing moments of my life, of my career.
I think everybody truly believed that we're going to win it. And just to have that thought and then not accomplish your goal, it's tough, but the pain is encouraging.
The NBA and its players failed to reach a new collective bargaining agreement Thursday, and the sport is headed for a lockout.
What should have been a summer of redemption turned into a summer of uncertainty. A work stoppage is never a good thing in professional sports. But after falling short on basketball's biggest stage, the misery is prolonged. The pain of losing a championship is a feeling that no player ever wants to experience. To be that close to realizing your dream but walk away empty-handed leaves you feeling like you're trapped in a nightmare. You are left in a deep, dark place where all that remains are your thoughts. Thoughts on what you could have done, what you didn't do, and how different things could be, if only. The only way to get out of that deep, dark place is to face it and go back to where it all started, to get back to the basics, get back to work and hit the court, never forgetting the pain, but instead using that agony to motivate your every move from that point forward.
It's good to be back on the court. To hear the balls bounce and to see your teammates.
Today's the first day. We got in the gym together, broke the night sweat, and we're getting here tomorrow and working.
We got 2 weeks, and so we have to get guys signed. We have to start the season hitting the ground running.
The Heat signed free agent forward Shane Battier.
When they got Shane Battier, you said to yourself, lockout shortened season, ready to go NBA veteran.
The Heat also signed veteran center Eddie Curry and rookie free agents Terrell Harris and Mikael Gladness to complete the roster. Just 2 weeks later, it was opening day, Christmas Day. Heat and Mavericks, face to face. Let the 2012 NBA season begin.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Enjoy. The NBA is back.
The Heat was waiting a long time for that Dallas game. Let's face it. And it's Christmas Day. It's the opener. It's going to be on national TV. Everybody is anticipating this game, and the Heat was jacked up.
Operating, forces it blocked by Wade. The defense continues to impress. James to Bosh, and the finish. Boy, that's a nice-looking fast break.
The Heat obviously were ready to play, and they had a chip on their shoulder, obviously, from the year before, losing at home for the championship. And they came out gangbusters. We're up 30-something in that game.
Chalmers, alley-oop. James, oh, what a play to Wade.
LeBron's 37 points led the rout of the defending champs and also broke the team record for points in a season opener set by Tim Hardaway in 1999.
Live from American Airlines Arena, it's the home opener.
To have Boston in the Heat's house at any time is a volatile environment, which makes for great basketball.
With it being our home opener, I think it's going to be really exciting. Also, with us playing Boston is going to add something to it as well because it's two competitive teams, two teams that have a little bit of history, so it should be fun.
The atmosphere was electric. It was like the fans were craving the moment to get back into that arena and just cheer their team.
Allen met at the rim and blocked by Wade. Loose ball, Daniels had his pocket picked. Back with it, Cole. Inside, Bosh, left hand jam, Bosh!
In a tight game, it's not LeBron shooting the basketball. It's not Dwyane shooting the basketball. It's this rookie.
Cole, dribble, drive inside, runner, got it! Oh, the kid looks so cool.
And he scores 14 of his 20 points in the fourth quarter.
It was one of those nights where LeBron and D-Wade kept finding me, and I kept stepping in and knocking it down, and that helps our team. We knew we had a gem in him, so the biggest thing is obviously to take those shots and not be afraid of the moment.
Cole, step in. jump shot, got it again! Oh, the kid is stone cold!
The next night in Charlotte, the Heat looked out of sync early and fell behind by 15.
Augustine for three, delivers!
In the second half, the defense turned into offense.
Oh my, Chris Bosh sending it out! And look at that pass by LeBron! Look out below!
Even the half court exploded.
Bosh on his way, oh my! Chris Bosh!
But they still needed a little last-second wave.
For the win, he made it!
Coach put enough in me to give me the ball at that moment, so I'm glad I can come through for the guys.
2 nights later in Minnesota, Wade did it again, since LeBron was fine giving gifts on his birthday.
Wade to the basket! What a play!
Oh, my.
Wade running off a screen.
D-Wade, that's 2 game winners back-to-back, right?
Absolutely it is.
Good for him. I like it.
Back in Miami, the Heat blew out the Bobcats by 39 to remain perfect after 5 games. The next night, the perfection was penetrated by the Hawks. Looking to bounce back, the Heat pounded the Pacers behind LeBron's 33, despite suffering an ankle injury.
As many sprained ankles as I had in my career, you know exactly what happens as soon as it happens. I'm glad I was able to finish the game and was able to get a quality win.
In Atlanta, on the second night of a back-to-back and the start of a 5-game trip, the Heat were without D-Wade and LeBron. The game came down to an amazing shot.
Bosh for 3. ¡En cesta! Con 1/6 segundo! Triple!
Bosh's 3 tied it, but Mario Chalmers' 29 points plus Terrell Harris's 14 rebounds elevated the Heat to the triple overtime victory against the Hawks.
I helped my team to a victory. That's the most important part. My job was a rebound, so I had to make sure that I kept them off the glass.
I think the key was everybody contribute. You know, we didn't have just 2 people or 3 people doing all the work. We had everybody. That's how we got the win.
After a win in New Jersey, the road trip continued west. 3 games in 4 nights. A tough test for the team.
The Golden State game was particularly disappointing because that was just a letdown. The Clippers game, that was a back-and-forth game. You kind of can forgive that. But in Denver, as has been the case so many times over the years, the Heat just looked like they had dead legs.
Adding to the pain of losing 3 in a row, Wade went down with an ankle injury.
Wade is hurt, and he's clutching at his right ankle.
Very unsettling, very unnerving time. Really the first real crossroads of the season for the Heat.
Back in Miami with hopes of returning to form, the Heat took on the San Antonio Spurs. Without Wade, they climbed out of a 14-point hole. The return of Mike Miller and his 6-for-6 three-point shooting was the perfect stepladder.
Out to Miller for 3. Miller! Oh, it's Miller time!
Mike, he had an incredible performance. He's rolling. We got to leave him in. Without him, we wouldn't have won that game.
But it told these guys to send a message throughout the locker room, even when one of the big 3 is down, there's enough here.
The Heat getting ready for a marquee matchup. Kobe and the Lakers are coming to town.
Anytime you play the Lakers, whether it's home or on the road, you know everybody's going to be watching.
With Wade watching for the second game in a row, LeBron fought through the flu.
Block at the rim by LeBron!
And scored 31 as the Heat beat the Lakers by 11.
Anytime you go out there and you go against one of the best, you want to just try to compete at a high level. It's good to always get a good win against a great team and see where you are.
The Heat recorded their 10th victory of the season in a headline-grabbing win over the Lakers.
The Heat throttled them pretty good, and I think at that point, a lot of the people who had kind of doubts about the Heat, I think the Heat turned a lot of heads in that game.
Dwyane Wade's missed game total would move to 6, but LeBron James simply put the team on his back.
Look out! A ferocious windmill jam for LeBron James.
LeBron led the Heat to a 5-1 record in that stretch, leading toward a matchup with the New York Knicks.
We just got word that Dwyane Wade will play tonight after missing the last 6 games with a sprained ankle.
I just wanted to come out and attack the basket, but the biggest thing what I want to do is just bring some energy.
He did just that. It was a dunkathon from the beginning of the game, and Wade led the air attack.
Here comes Dwyane against Landry Fields. Look out! Oh my! Is he back or is he back, people? Wow!
He came right in. He got into a rhythm by getting easy buckets, getting some dunks, and from then on, he was a terror.
D-Wade's 28-point return was surpassed only by LeBron, who scored a game-high 31.
alley-oop to James. A great pass and an even better finish.
The LeBron Wade show was too much for New York. Head coach Eric Spoelstra confirmed.
It's a good win, and it's a nice welcome back for that young kid, number 3.
The Heat did not have much time to enjoy the victory. 2 days later, the Bulls came to Miami, boasting the best record in the East.
That was one of those that they circled on the schedule when it all came out. And that was going to be like the first really big game at home of the season.
And it did not disappoint. LeBron, then two-time NBA MVP, matched Derrick Rose, the reigning MVP, shot for shot. A close game came down to the final play.
Rose drives, puts it up, short, no good, rebound Bosh. 0.1 left, and Miami's going to come away with a win.
Wins matter most, but one single play stole the show.
LeBron jumped over a human being, okay?
Dwyane Wade, the alley-oop. LeBron with a right-hand jam on the alley-oop, coming for the back door.
I was throwing it, no question about that. Did I think he was going to jump over him? No way. That's why if you see my face, I was like, ew. That was nasty.
LeBron jumped right over Lucas to finish that. Wow. My goodness.
While LeBron added to his highlight reel, he led Miami to a 16-5 record through the end of January, picking up some recognition along the way.
LeBron James keeps building his case for a 3rd MVP award.
James was named the Eastern Conference Player of the Month tonight.
LeBron James is doing things that we hadn't even seen from LeBron James before.
Look at him go!
There's always something new that you see.
We always knew his numbers were otherworldly, and these numbers were better.
In Milwaukee, LeBron looked like he was going to continue his dominance.
What a show by LeBron James. LeBron from downtown. Kaboom! Oh my! LeBron owns Milwaukee.
He had 24 points in the first quarter. When LeBron has a first quarter like that, you would have never guessed that the biggest beneficiary of that would be the Milwaukee Bucks.
Jennings for 3. Bucks have turned the tables on Miami.
The Bucks went wild from three-point land. Led by Brandon Jennings, Milwaukee shot its way to an 8-point win.
No matter what kind of lead you have in the NBA, nothing's safe. Anybody can bite you, and I think the Heat learned a lesson from that.
Miami recovered and won its next 3 games, but the team was about to face one of its biggest challenges of the season, a 6-game road trip including 3 games in 3 nights. The 3-night run began in Atlanta.
Three-pointer, Chalmers good. Boy, he is having a career year outside the arc.
The Heat handled the Hawks, winning by 20. The next test, more Milwaukee Bucks, who Miami had yet to beat.
Milwaukee with a chance to go 3 for 3 against the Heat tonight.
Mike Miller, already 2 triples, make it 3.
Miami trailed early, but key performances from Mike Miller and LeBron James secured the win.
A thunderous dunk here in Milwaukee. That just knocked the snow off the roof.
The Heat exacted revenge and finally beat the Bucks.
It just shows the caliber team that we have. They're able to come in here and dominate the way we did.
To finish off 3 wins in 3 nights in 3 different cities, the Heat had to face the Pacers, who were coming off 2 days rest.
I merely broadcast these games, right? I was tired. So if I'm tired, how do they feel?
The bench came out firing, scoring 42 points, including 20 from rookie Norris Cole.
Cole, another finger roll, right at point-blank range.
Maybe these guys should play every night. The Heat blow out another team and match some NBA history.
The first team in 40 years to win 3 straight.
In 3 nights on the road by double digits.
This team loves a challenge, and not only did they accept the challenge, they obliterated it.
The Heat were playing some of their very best basketball in February. But when the Knicks were back in Miami, one story dominated the headlines, and that story had nothing to do with them.
The Heat have won 7 straight, but tonight all eyes will be on number 17.
The most talked about athlete in America, in the world, Jeremy Lin.
Lin was an unprecedented sensation, leading New York to 9 wins in 11 games. Lin had not yet felt the heat, but he would.
Oh, the steal by Chalmers. He's been all over Lin.
He went, so did the Knicks. And when you cut off the head, the rest of the body died.
Chalmers and Cole helped hold Lin to just 1 field goal. He finished with as many points as turnovers, 8.
Bosh, top of the circle, icing on the cake.
Chris Bosh led Miami with 25 points, and defense took its proper place.
Lynn had it knocked away. Good play by Battier. LeBron inside. Chandler says, go ahead, LeBron. I don't need to be on your poster.
The Heat won by 14, giving the team its 8th straight victory. The winning ways did not go unnoticed. Eric Spoelstra was named Eastern Conference Coach of the Month for February, joining LeBron James, who for a second time was named Eastern Conference Player of the Month.
They really hit their peak in February, and they scared teams. All those teams knew how good the Heat were playing.
The Heat ended February losing just 2 games all month. The 11-2 record improved the team's overall record to 27-7, the best start in franchise history. It also gave Miami the NBA's best record heading into the All-Star break.
We're getting better day by day, and we know we have to continue to keep taking small steps until we get to where we want to be.
I thought All-Star Weekend was a true statement for this franchise.
Outside of our big three, our team is loaded with talent. So it's great for our city and for our players because our players don't get enough credit for being solid, quality players. We have 3 of the game's best players on our team.
Every All-Star here is deserving of being here as an All-Star, and just going to enjoy the process of playing with other great players.
Dwyane Wade, LeBron James, Chris Bosh, Norris Cole, James Jones, and Mario Chalmers headline a Heat-dominated All-Star Weekend in Orlando, which always includes going beyond basketball.
I always love to make sure that we come here in this city and we celebrate and we have fun, but we want to make sure that we leave something that's long-lasting.
How you doing, sweetheart? Good.
You saw Dwyane and LeBron doing their charitable works, and for a lot of these guys, the All-Star game isn't just a game.
What's going on, buddy? How you doing, man? I like that. Firm handshake. I like that. I like that.
Thank y'all for everything that y'all doing from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
Appreciate what you're doing, raising them men, raising them young men. It's amazing.
I have 8 boys.
They all live here. These are a few of the 8 boys. I know Zion. That's the one I know.
Hey, my son named Zion. What up, boy? Hey.
She's a hero in a sense, to raise, 8 boys, 8 young men. You just look at it and see strength. That's having an opportunity to come out here and just leave something small, but something that's going to mean so much to them. We're honored to be able to do it.
Guys like LeBron and Dwyane and Chris, who are regulars in the game, they've grown to really enjoy the other parts of it. Watching Norris Cole in the rookie-sophomore game, watching James Jones and Mario Chalmers in the 3-point shootout, they get as much of a kick out of that as they do actually playing in the game itself.
Downtime for the Heat All-Stars seems to always provide a moment of levity.
You got to wear it now.
Why is your jersey?
Because you got the, they put that small one in the locker room, You got the small one.
Hold up. It's tight. Yo, somebody go get my jersey out my locker. Hey, I grabbed the wrong jersey.
It is evident that this trio has a time-tested all-star bond.
They all looked around that room, Chris Bosh, Dwyane Wade, LeBron James, and they realized we're like the old guys here already.
He getting his hips stretched off. He getting his ankle joints rearranged.
So our first All-Star game, how was you, your first All-Star game?
I was 19. That's when the dunk contest was off the chain right there. It was just about straight dunking, baby.
I don't know, people looking for something that is so creative that you can't do. Like, what can you do?
You gotta do a 720. You know what a 720 is? It's a 360 twice. You just keep on spinning like Michael Jackson in the air.
And now, your Eastern Conference starters.
The East All-Stars include the big 3 of the Miami Heat, and they've been playing at a different level. And the other way comes LeBron, and he stops.
Wait yourself, D-Rose. Hey, watch the rip. Watch the rip. You take that. Sure, we gotta get some stops, man. Get up, Doe. Oh, let's go.
LeBron James just picks up the entire level of play in these games. He loves to compete, and you can see it. LeBron James off the lead with the reverse slam.
He's the most powerful force in the game right now.
Nationally, when you see LeBron and Wade, the cohesion they have on the court, the alley-oops, the spectacular dunks, slashing to the basket, I think you get a really sense of why this team is considered by many the best team in the NBA.
After a good show in Orlando, the Heat came out of the break still blazing.
Here he comes. LeBron to his right.
It's like eyes in the back of their head. Wade knows where LeBron's going to be. LeBron knows where Wade's going to be. And that's been, I think, the biggest step in the progress, in particular with those two guys.
Heat trail by 2, a steal by Wade. He's got numbers. It's LeBron with a king-size tomahawk jam.
The Heat were on a hot streak, winning 9 in a row, all by double digits. The second longest streak of this sort in NBA history. Winning heals all for this group. It also breeds hijinks.
When you think about the way the Heat were winning those games during the win streak, they just weren't W's. I mean, they were big, swollen, juicy W's.
That 9-game stretch was the high point of the regular season. If this team can get what they're doing now and do it in the playoffs, I'm not sure they can be stopped.
It looked like, they were really ready to roll for the whole second half of the season, and then came Utah.
Two very physical, aggressive teams will go after it.
Trailing most of the second half, LeBron hit 8 of 9 for 17 points in the fourth quarter. He single-handedly dug Miami out of a hole, regaining the lead in the final minute.
3 on the shot clock. Off balance 3, made it!
Oh my!
Oh my is right!
Under 5 seconds, Devin Harris gets Utah a 1-point lead, setting up a dramatic ending.
Game and winning streak on the line. LeBron for Udonis, the jumper. No good. Utah wins, and the Heat winning streak is over.
More heartache lingered as Miami faced the Lakers on national TV, the third straight game without Bosh.
Chris had taken the week off after his grandmother passed away, and there were some players who thought he might show up on Sunday, and I thought when he was not there, it deflated them.
The Heat also had to play without Wade in the fourth as he fouled out. Kobe closed the game out with 33 points, handing the Heat another loss.
Plain and simple, Lakers just played some really good basketball.
We win 8 games, 9 games in a row by 12 to 17. Some games you're going to be down, some games you're going to have a lead from the beginning. So it's just law of averages.
This year, you really saw a more introspective team, a more talkative team, a team that was willing to maybe talk about some of the mistakes that were made and some of their goals for the future. They let people in a little bit more. I think they gained some fans by doing that because they let fans feel like they were along for the ride.
Returning home and holding the memory of his grandmother with him, Bosh returned with a 20-point game, paving the path through pain towards victory.
Here's Bosh. Look out below.
I realized how much I miss basketball being away, but it's always good for something to happen to make you appreciate the sport and appreciate this great situation that we're all in.
The next night with the Hawks in the Heat's house, Miami wanted to get 2 W's in a row. With 12 seconds in the fourth quarter, it was a captain's collaboration.
Tonight was like a playoff game. Our crowd got into it, after that. And, we fed off our crowd tonight.
The thrill ride continued in Miami, where Wade, in overtime, made sure that the Pacers and anyone watching understood whose house it was.
With 4, with 3, leans in, and hits!
Wade with 0.1 second left in the ball game. Dwyane Wade in his house.
He did a terrific job of leaving nothing to chance. 0.1 seconds, that's as good as it can get.
Power cutting out there here in the building.
After Wade literally shot the lights out in Miami, he did the same in Orlando.
Shoots the 3. Kaboom!
Plus another chance to win it in regulation.
For the win. In and out.
Losing in overtime, the Heat had a grueling turnaround traveling to Chicago to face the team with the best record in the league. LeBron and Wade were once again awesome, combining for 71 points, but it was not enough as the Bulls pulled out the win. The Heat turned it around at Philly, launching 4 straight wins, bouncing back at the right time. The Heat had won 39 of their first 50 games, but kept stocking the roster.
The Heat welcome a new big man into the fold, and they hope Ronnie Turiaf is the rugged presence they need.
Ronnie Turiaf was an interesting addition because he came with this perception of being a tough guy, rebounder, the guy that can kind of mix it up in there. And I think that's what Miami needed.
Then it was time to face Kevin Durant and his surging Oklahoma City Thunder, and Miami got ambushed.
They ran into a Thunder team that was red hot, playing at home. Had a great night for Kevin Durant. It seemed like he wouldn't miss.
The road can be a challenging place in the NBA, and the very next night was proof positive in Indiana. A much improved Pacer team from last look that was now playoff bound. They clinched the win and left the Heat searching for inspiration.
I talked to Udonis Haslem about this. They had a meeting. He was talking about just preparing for the rest of the schedule. And one of the things they talked about at that meeting was getting back to that dark place, is what they called it. And that dark place was that empty feeling after the Game 6 loss against Dallas. They wanted to keep that feeling and they wanted it to motivate them.
2 straight ugly losses have raised some questions on the Heat's championship chances.
We've had 2 flat games that we're looking to change now here at home.
It was a sense of comfort. Okay, you're back in your building. Everything's all right. We'll find a way to figure this out.
And a steal by Miami. Marion, the way, the alley-oop. LeBron with a 2-hand jam on the alley-oop.
The Heat's defense disrupted the Mavericks' offensive plans as Miami focused on their identity.
LeBron dribble drive, baseline, beautiful to Bosh.
It was a collective response to how we've been playing. It was good to see that type of energy and activity on both ends of the court.
Wade to the basket. Oh, a right hand hanging slam by UD.
It was critical to the Heat Nation psyche that the Dallas Mavericks did not come into this building again and get a victory.
The Heat snapped their losing streak with a true team effort, giving them home victory, number 15 in a row. Then back to the road, but the woes resurfaced at the wrong time, in the wrong town.
Their starters have been absolutely pummeled by Boston.
The Boston Celtics were supposed to be old and tired, but today it was the Heat that looked haggard in Beantown and continue their struggles on the road.
This is going to be the lowest point total of the season for the Heat, their lowest shooting game of the season, and their worst loss of the season.
The Heat were embarrassed because they did not play any aspect of the game well. They had to come back home and regroup again.
So they did. Back at home against the Philadelphia 76ers, the Heat were without Wade, and it had a slight change in the starting lineup.
Ronny Turiaf had a good debut as a starter. He was an offensive presence, so they had to play him. And it allowed LeBron and Chris Bosh to get more points.
Turiaf blocked it and saved it in. And here comes LeBron. Giddy up top.
Everyone elevated their game to cover up that space that you miss when Dwyane's not on the floor, which is massive.
Battier got it to Chalmers. What a play by Battier. The alley-oop. LeBron, backdoor. 2-hand jam to James.
Filling the Wade void, LeBron scored a season-high 41 points.
Wide open UD from 20. In and out. Put back. 2-hand jam and hanging on their end is LeBron James.
The result of his performance, Miami's 16th straight home win while clinching their spot in the playoffs.
You know how intense it is when you get one of those thunderstorms on a summer day when the heat is stifling? Like the intensity of a legit, no-joke possible NBA Finals preview.
The very next night, it was a rematch between the Heat and the Thunder. Redemption was Miami's lone focus.
The Heat needed a big win against a good team.
But in the second quarter, the Heat were in an 11-point hole, and emotions were high.
It got testy very early. Heat came out of the gate. There was some pushing and shoving. It really got physical out there.
This rivalry has just gotten nastier.
The intensity heightened when Miami tied the score, making way for a fantastic fourth quarter.
Oh, and a vicious right-hand jam. Who was that man with that cape running down the floor?
It's so rare that you get 2 MVP candidates like Kevin Durant and LeBron James playing head-to-head at both ends of the court.
The final 8 minutes was a back-and-forth clash. An entire team effort was needed to pull ahead.
LeBron in the corner, Battier for 3, got another one! Oh, the Dukies buried a pair!
Bosh is open. Got it! Oh, big bucket for Chris Bosh!
You know, it's just a pride thing. They beat us on their home court, and we wanted to return the favor.
This was a competitive warrior game where our guys can go in the locker room and look each other in the eyes.
Everyone left that game saying, okay, not only are the Heat still top dogs, but LeBron James is the most valuable player.
The Heat then endured a difficult stretch. First, their 17 home game winning streak came to an end in a 15-point loss to Memphis. Then, against Boston, where the Celtics offense shined.
They shoot 61%. No team has shot better against Miami this year.
When you couple that with the fact that it is an elite squad like Boston, it makes it even that much more difficult.
It continued 2 days later on the road at Chicago when the Heat seemed to be in control in the fourth quarter.
The Heat down one. Wade for the fade. Oh, rebound Bosh. LeBron for three. Come on.
Yeah, baby. Fourth quarter, LeBron hits a big three. All of a sudden, they have a three-point lead. They're playing good defense. They shut down Derrick Rose in his return. It seems like they're going to win this game.
But last-minute heroics by C.J. Watson kept the game going.
6 seconds left. Watson for three under duress. Oh my! What a shot!
The Bulls bench outscored the Heat bench 47-7, and their road struggles continued in an overtime loss.
The Heat had the Bulls down but couldn't knock them out. And in Chicago, they end up paying the price.
The Heat have now lost 6 of their last 11 games, 8 of their last 9 on the road against winning teams.
This is one of the worst feelings from the regular season I had this year.
The Heat wanted to bounce back, and they would have to do it on basketball's biggest stage.
3-on-1 break for the Heat. Wade lobs it, James throws it down.
We saw a great game from LeBron. We saw a great game from Dwyane. We saw a great game from Chris Bosh.
Bosh off the dribble, down the lane, Chris Bosh.
The big three bring the Heat to Madison Square Garden and prove that they can win away from home.
Even though the last couple games we lost, we saw some good things, and we just want to continue to get better. And today we took a good step in that direction.
Across the river the very next night, the Heat faced the Nets, determined to get another road victory.
Oh my! An exclamation point stuffer for LeBron James.
The Nets led for most of the game and seemed to be in control.
And we know no matter who we're playing, if it's in Miami or if it's on the road, we're going to get everyone's best. But that's why it's a 48-minute game, and we want to just keep plugging away until we was able to take the lead.
An 11-2 run in the final minutes, led by LeBron, who elevated above all others, scoring the final 17 points of the game, launching the Heat to victory.
LeBron, under duress, scores again! He is unstoppable!
After a win at home against Toronto, the Heat once again faced the Bulls, looking to counteract their painful position from a week prior.
Chicago has the best record in the East, but they're going against a team who has the best home record. It's a psychological battle for both teams.
In a physical push, the Bulls hit their first 10 of 14 shots, but the Heat kicked it up defensively.
Pass intercepted by Wade. Wade on the run against Noah. Layup, got it and fouled.
Mario Chalmers provided a spark on the offensive end as his shot was on spot.
Real, three on the way. Got it. Oh, Chalmers, he is scorching hot right now.
He was very aggressive from the start, and when he plays at that level, we're a very tough team to beat.
In a tight game that came down to the fourth quarter, everyone on the floor stepped up to make timely plays.
Haslam dropping the sledgehammer.
Our guys responded to the challenge, and it was a collective effort.
Drives inside an A6, throws it up. Oh, behind the head layup by LeBron.
It really was an important win for the Heat, considering the fact that they had their fair amount of struggles against the Bulls earlier in the season.
Miami finished the regular season as the number 2 seed in the East with a record of 46-20 and the NBA's best home record, 28-5. With the playoffs on the horizon, the Heat had a finite focus for the journey ahead.
They proved that when they play their best, they're a championship caliber team.
All that matters is having another parade down Biscayne Boulevard.
It's just one-minded, one issue, one goal. Go get the trophy.
Anytime you get to play against New York, there's always an incredible excitement in the air. I grew up following the Knicks and then being part of the Heat and just being part of that rivalry in '96-'97. So I thought it was a great first-round matchup to start the championship run.
It was nice to have that nostalgia. You know, you started to think back to all those series against them and Alonzo Mourning versus Patrick Ewing.
There was this desire to rekindle this 12-year-old rivalry that just was dormant. So the building had a buzz, the town had a fervor, but there was some unrest because of the ghosts from the past.
Laser focused on victory, the Heat sent an early message, dominating on both ends of the court.
Chalmers into the lane, down the middle, and there's Wade with a two-hand flush right down the gut. Carmelo, good move, blocked under the basket by Bosh.
An intense historical rivalry was bound to get heated.
Expect a physical series here. This isn't going to be marshmallow and pillows here.
It turned into really just basketball theater.
LeBron James was the opening act as he stole the show and led Miami on a 24-2 run just before the half.
James fouled again, and he banks it in! LeBron James nails a three-pointer!
It was spectacular. His play spoke for itself. It seemed, on both ends of the court, it seemed like he had his hands on every single play.
It's a team game, it's team defense, and we was in tune.
Miami dominated game one, a 33-point blowout, the result.
Really made a statement that they're the Eastern Conference champions. This thing's going to have to go through them.
1-16, man. 15 more to go. Long way to go, but it's a good start.
Gloomy weather didn't stop the white-hot crowd from storming in for Game 2.
Let's go Heat! Let's go Heat! The Heat are looking for a repeat of Game 1 as they chase the championship.
Protecting home court was priority number one. The Heat was well-positioned with a 10-point lead heading into halftime.
Drives to the basket, layup and foul! LeBron James!
In the second half, the Heat used their dominant defense to smother the Knicks.
The Heat's strategy going into the series was to not allow New York to devastate them with their three-point shooting. That's how you beat the Knicks.
Three on the way, Melo and airball, oh my!
You could tell early in the series that the Knicks were planning for A, and the Heat hit them with B.
Offensively, the Heat reserve revved up, adding 25 points to the ledger.
Miller, three on the way, bang! Oh, it's Miller time with a hat trick. Battier, all day for three, and the Dookie nails it.
We know we have great three-point shooters. When those guys are open and they're knocking down shots, I think we're very tough to beat.
Chris Bosh, Dwyane Wade, and LeBron James combined for 65 points. Miami took a 2-0 lead in the series.
We're going to have to take care of business in Game 3. It's going to be a tough game. I look forward to it.
The Heat headed up to the Big Apple, ready to take Game 3. But Bosh had to make a quick turnaround back home for big family news.
He lands in New York with his team, and he finds out that his wife is going to have the baby, and he flies back to Miami, witnesses the birth of his son, and then makes the decision to fly back.
Luckily for Chris, he was able to get there. It just showed what kind of a teammate he was and what kind of a man he was.
I'm on cloud 9 right now. To be able to play a playoff game and deliver the kid is great.
He cut it close, and even after a busy 24 hours, Bosh's presence and euphoria was felt.
Bosh with a slam dunk.
He added 9 points and 10 important rebounds. And Mario Chalmers added a crucial 19 points, including 5 of 8 from the three-point line.
Here's Rio for three. A dagger!
LeBron led with 32 points.
Wade, the alley-oop! And the jam inside LeBron from Dwyane Wade.
They went out there and took control and really put the nail in the coffin with the 3-0 lead.
You got the proud papa behind you right now.
Yeah, proud. I just want to say, hey, Jackson, how you doing? I was the first one to say hi to you on the camera. Yeah, Uncle.
The Heat headed into Game 4, hoping to seal the series with a sweep.
You'd like to close this thing out and kind of put a stamp on the first round of the playoffs.
Will they live to play another day, or can Miami put them out of their misery?
It seemed to be going as planned after Miami mounted an 11-point lead in the third quarter. But New York mounted a comeback.
Carmelo up top from long range and bury it from downtown.
We had many opportunities, particularly when we had double-digit leads, to create some more separation, but we weren't able to do it.
Bibby, three from downtown, and the Knicks are on the edge of winning their first game.
With the shot clock winding down, Miami had a chance to take the game in one last play.
Out on the wing, a tough shot for the tie, misses, and the Knicks win it.
I actually got a good shot. I thought it was going in, just a little bit short. But we're going back home 3-1, so we got to go back and, use our crowd, use our energy, our effort, and our adjustments that we make from this game and, close it out.
Tonight, it's all about closing out the Knicks and not giving them another chance to breathe for a possible Game 6.
The Heat feel invincible at home, so they felt that coming home they had a lot of confidence they were going to win the game.
And it showed. Closing the first half on an 11-4 run, maintaining a double-digit lead through the second half.
Wade splits the defense again, finds Bosh for the dunk and the foul.
LeBron led the Heat with 29 points, followed by Wade and Bosh, each finished with 19.
The Heat were in control the entire game in this one, and on top of the big three, Miller and Battier, 5 for 9 combined from downtown, provided a big-time punch for Miami.
Miller, 3 again. Come on,
LeBron to Battier, 3 on the way. There it is! Put the hammer down, Battier! They take care of the New York Knicks and win this series 4-1.
Even though we hit it in 5, it was a tough team right there, but we move on to the next round against the Indiana Pacers. We look forward to the challenge.
Before the Heat began the Eastern Conference semifinals against the Pacers, hardware needed to be handled.
Welcome to the American Airlines Arena here in Miami. Today we're gathered here for the announcement of the Kia NBA Most Valuable Player Award.
The Heat make franchise history today thanks to LeBron James, who won his 3rd MVP trophy of his career.
We're just so proud that we can observe and watch and experience the level that you play at and where you can take yourself in this team. And again, I want to just congratulate you for that.
Less than 10 years ago, I had dreams of being in the NBA. I had dreams of putting on an NBA uniform. I never dreamt about being an NBA most valuable player. So now that they're hitting me now, and it's happening, it's overwhelming. You know, I sit up here and I see my 2 sons. I do what I do, and I try to perform at the highest level every night because of those guys. Secondly, my teammates. If those guys don't sacrifice what they sacrifice, I wouldn't be up here. This is very overwhelming to me as an individual award. But this is not the award I want, ultimately. I want that championship. And that's all that matters to me. Thank you.
What a great moment for the franchise, a great moment for LeBron. 3 MVP awards in 4 seasons. He's joining some incredibly elite company. He's just hitting his prime right now.
He's one of the best players ever played this game, and I think it shows. To get 1 is a huge honor, but to have 3 of them, I think that's got to be a good feeling and a great accomplishment. And you know what, I'm proud to be able to call him my teammate.
It was a moment that the franchise had waited 24 years for, and the fans really appreciated it. And when he took the microphone and addressed the crowd, you could really sense a lot of electricity in the building.
Just like I told my teammates yesterday, this is not just my award, this is their award. And this is also you guys' award also. So let's keep the excitement, the electricity, and everything going for this next round. Gracias, Miami.
Welcome back to American Airlines Arena here this afternoon. It's Game 1, Eastern Conference semifinals. Miami Heat hosting the Indiana Pacers.
This is a Pacer team that throughout the year was very improved, and they're big, they're physical. They're going to be a handful this round for Miami.
You thought that after the MVP ceremony, the team was going to be fired up, and it was actually the Pacers that were fired up.
George over the top, Hibbert right to the basket, easy layup. Oh, they're just eating Miami alive.
The Pacers jumped out to a 13-4 lead, shooting 50% from the floor as the Heat's offense struggled, with the exception of Bosh, who had 13 points in the first half, but then.
LeBron drives in, flips it out to Bosh, puts it on the floor, drives in, jams it home, and draws a foul. And Bosh still on one knee.
At first, nobody really understood the significance of it. He dunked the ball, he stayed down for a few seconds, and then he got up, and then he walked the foul line, and you could almost hear fans in the building exhale. When he went down again on the defensive end a few seconds later and just looked to the Heat bench, no words needed to be said. You knew he was hurt.
We knew that when Chris went down, we know we got to turn the switch. Guys stay ready. You know, that's one thing I love about this team is that guys, you know, no matter what, when that number's called, they come in and do the job.
Ronnie came in and gave us some great minutes. You know, he rebounded for us and also caught a couple in the lane.
Jump stop behind the back. Turiev, two-hand jam.
To be able to get those easy baskets definitely felt good.
And Joel played amazing. You know, he had a great job of rebounding the ball, some offensive rebound. His screening enabled me and LeBron both to be able to get to the rim.
Feeding off Turiev and Anthony's energy, the Heat's defense led the way back. After 3 quarters, the game was even at 70. The MVP took over from there.
LeBron, step through, shot, got it to go, LeBron James.
LeBron went
absolutely berserk. I mean, 30-some-odd points, double-digit rebounds. He did literally everything they needed from him.
On the run, Miami. Bounce past LeBron. Oh! A right-hand slammer bammer! The final score, Miami 95, Indiana 86, as the Heat get game one.
It's a battle, and we know that regardless of being at home, being away, who we're playing, what round, it's tough to win.
This series is going to be one of those series that's going to be ugly, at times, and you just got to stick with it and find a way.
The plot certainly thickens tonight in Game 2. The big question for the Heat, can they still put the kibosh on Indiana without Chris Bosh?
I just want to be out there and playing with my teammates. That's the most important thing to me, so that's all I'm trying to think about so I can get back out there.
Second straight game where Indiana came out and took control in the opening minutes, and it put Miami back on its heels.
Here come the Pacers down the floor. All the win, reverse layup. Right now, Indiana's doing what they want.
Behind 21 points from LeBron and Wade combined, the Heat got back in the game and led by 6 at halftime.
Oh, Wade with the spin. Beat George off the dribble.
But in the third, the Pacers pushed for 28 points behind hot shooting from Danny Granger and David West.
It looked like Indiana came out with all the answers in that third quarter, and it was pivotal.
Down 9, emotions flared up in the fourth.
In a playoff series, it's going to happen. And it didn't take long for these two teams not to like each other.
Anytime you go to the basket, you're getting hit. And it did get chippy at times in Game 2. Granger took a flagrant foul. They wanted to stand up to Miami and try to make their point that they weren't going anywhere.
The Heat still had a chance late in the game, but missed opportunities in the final minutes. Gave the Pacers the 3-point win, tying the series at 1.
Indiana shocks Miami as the Pacers have stolen home court advantage.
Welcome to the playoffs for us, and that's how we're viewing it. The series has started. They won on our home court. Now we have to get ready for Game 3.
After splitting in Miami, the Heat and Pacers traveled to Indianapolis for Game 3.
They weren't going up to Game 3 thinking about a split. They were thinking about grabbing control of the series back. They had lost home court advantage. They had lost a member of the Big Three. And all of a sudden, the noise, as Eric Spoelstra calls it, was starting to build again.
While fans inside Bankers Life Fieldhouse sported gold swagger T-shirts, the Pacers were playing with their own brand of swag.
Granger a 3. Got them all!
The Pacers were hitting on all cylinders and had 4 players score in double figures. Mario Chalmers led the Heat scoring charge with 25 points.
Rio from downtown. No quit in Rio here tonight.
I had a long talk when I'm playing with D-Wade and Brian. They told me to see me out. They need somebody to step up, and I'm just trying to do what I can for my teammates.
Miami's other guard could not get it going offensively. Wade struggled the entire game and finished with a mere 5 points.
Wade pulls up, jump shot, missed again. The Heat right now are falling apart.
Probably the worst game of Dwyane Wade's career, and a game when the Heat needed Dwyane Wade most.
Offensively, I didn't have it going. There's no secret about it. We're not going to win a ball game, with Chris Bosh out and me scoring 5 points, obviously. So I take a lot of onus on that. So, it's frustration in that.
It was one of those games where he couldn't make a shot, he couldn't get into a rhythm. As a team, we just tried to pick it up, and we couldn't do that tonight.
The Heat shot 37% in a staggering 19-point loss that put Miami down 2-1 in the series.
Another one of those wake-up calls that the playoffs are never easy. It doesn't always go right.
We didn't bring the game that was worthy enough to win this game, and that was really frustrating.
With 2 days rest and plenty of time to learn from the loss, Miami focused in on a crucial Game 4.
I've been around Dwyane for many years, and I've seen him bounce back and come back and have great games.
It's a must win for Game 4. Yeah, we want to make it a 3-game series, with us regaining home court, so we look forward to the challenge.
Let's go, Heat. We in this. We're going to steal one.
After his uncharacteristic performance in Game 3, Wade hit the court hours before game time to work on his shot. It paid off later. With the Heat off to another slow start, down 8 at the half, Wade came out on fire in the third quarter.
Wade, who we have not seen unleash in the open court.
Wade and James transformed back into the dominating duo the Heat needed, scoring 70 points, including a stretch of 38 straight.
Me and Brian both, had it going. We played off each other very well. We both was aggressive at the same time. So that's beautiful basketball for Miami Heat.
It became the LeBron and Dwyane show, And for the first time all series, it was the Pacers who were on their heels, and it was the Pacers that had no answers.
Wade fell down, handed back to him on the wing, and puts the shot up, and Wade took down, baby! Said, take that!
It was like, uh-oh. Oh no, they figured out a whole nother level of greatness.
A duo doing that under those circumstances, that microscope, that pressure, that's just amazing.
Wade's 30-point rebound was only outdone by James, who put up historic numbers with 40 points, 18 rebounds, and 9 assists.
It had been the first time in 51 years that somebody had done that in a playoff game, only the second time ever.
Those were two special performances. Those are the sort of performances that you tell your kids about, that you're a part of. And that's the reason why I came to Miami.
Midway through the fourth quarter, and with the Heat clinging to a 5-point lead, another leader stepped up, co-captain Udonis Haslem.
UD gets hit in the eye with an elbow, blood's dripping. Instead of being unfocused and losing his concentration, the opposite happens. He locks in even more.
It's Haslem for a big one. There you go. Udonis Haslem, what a quarter he's had.
UD, what a great game you had today when your team needed you most.
Part of being a part of a team is, even when you're not playing, you got to root your guys on and be a good teammate. So I just continue to stay involved and root my guys on and try to take advantage when Coach gave me opportunities.
Without UD's effort, the shots he made in the fourth quarter, we don't win the game.
And right now, we talked about it before the game. It's just survival.
Call it bad blood, call it intensity in the playoffs. The one thing we're seeing, some serious physical play.
It's not personal for us. This is all business. We really don't care what anyone thinks of us. We want to win basketball game.
I don't know what he's trying, honestly. It doesn't matter to me. I'm here to play basketball.
Right now, we're both battling. We both want to move on to the next round, so it's about surviving.
The Heat returned to Miami to reclaim home court in Game 5 and also took measures to support one of their best defenders. While Heat Nation collectively sported a bandage over his right eye, the Pacers were the ones in pain soon after tip-off. Shane Battier punished Indiana early on from behind the arc.
Battier! It's the trifecta!
The Heat needed a big start, and there was Shane Battier hitting those threes. And then on the other end, he's helping contain David West.
Battier held West to just 10 points, while the Pacers shot a mere 33%. The Heat's signature defense produced productive offensive opportunities and paved the way for more from Wade and James.
Hibbert is blocked by Turiaf.
LeBron falls into the first row, making that pass.
Oh, the circus is in town.
In an already physical series, Game 5 was no different. Tyler Hansborough fouled Wade hard on his drive to the basket and was called for a flagrant one.
You see hard fouls in the playoffs, and Udonis saw his teammate bleeding. And people have said many times that Udonis and Dwyane, they're joined at the hip. He committed a hard foul. The Pacers thought it should have been a flagrant 2, but the Heat sent a very clear message. They had had enough of a lot of the afterplay, a lot of the rough antics.
The Heat blew past Indiana by 32 and were a single win away from the Eastern Conference Finals.
We know we're going to get Indiana's best shot. They've played well with confidence at home all season long, so we know we're in for a battle.
Tonight it is game number 6 of the Eastern Conference semifinal. Miami up 3-2.
In a closeout game, Miami will be tested playing without Haslem.
This entire season has been a no-excuse season. We're a no-excuse team. We have enough to win this game tonight.
Wade and James continue their magic in Game 6. James finished with 28 points while Wade had his best game of the series with 41 points and 10 rebounds.
The thing about Dwyane has always been, doubt me if you want, and I'll prove you wrong.
All I did is continue to play basketball the way that I always have.
But to beat a physical Pacers team, the Heat needed more. Miami forced 22 turnovers and received key offensive relief from a player who looked like he needed some of his own.
God, you got to feel for Mike Miller. The guy's body is falling apart. But in that game, man, he looked great.
Miller for 3. That's good. His 4th three-pointer of the game.
It's all about opportunity. The first couple games, they weren't giving me very good looks. Tonight, I got some open looks, knocked them down.
Chalmers was another unsung hero that helped propel the Heat and ease the burden off Wade and James.
Chalmers at the buzzer, puts in the 3. Mario Chalmers from downtown.
Rio stepping up, being offensive minded, that took a lot of pressure off our team.
With his performance tonight, it definitely helped us get this win.
Without Haslem and Bosh, the Heat produced a clinching victory and grew even closer as a team.
Everyone came through, and it all came together at the right time on the road closeout time. So that they could take the game ball back to the co-captain on the plane and tell him we did it for you.
It's a hell of a game, hell of a series. Basically, series over. We're looking to the next series.
Together, 1, 2, 3.
Together.
It is blazing hot outside the American Airlines Arena. It will be equally as hot inside the building tonight for Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals.
There's only one team standing in the Heat's way of the NBA Finals, and that is the Celtics.
For the third straight year, to get to where the Heat want to go, the Celtics are always standing there.
Yeah, Eastern Conference Finals beat Boston! Woo!
Live from American Airlines Arena in Miami, it's the Eastern Conference Finals Best of 7 Game 1.
Let's stay the course and make sure at all times we're playing harder than them.
The first quarter belonged to Miami as they played with energy and ease, holding Boston to only 11 points, while LeBron scored 13 by himself.
Chalmers backdoor alley-oop and a two-hand jam James as he opened the back door and they let him in.
But it didn't last long as the Celtics tied the score at the half thanks to a 35-point second quarter explosion.
Rondo finds Pierce, good open look. Pierce nails a three-pointer.
We knew at halftime we hadn't played our best basketball, so we just had to stop making the mental mistakes and just play the way we're capable of playing.
Rondo tried to tip it, and Wade comes up with it, fires a baseball pass to James. What a pass and an easy layup.
The Heat had a monster third quarter, outscoring Boston by 11 and dominated defensively with a postseason high 11 blocks.
Rondo drives in the lane, little show and go, rejected by LeBron. It was a little show and go, and LeBron said no. Nice feed to Rondo. Battier got a piece of it, Bash's follow won't go. Nice recovery from Shane Battier. Steps up for three, that's good.
Shane Battier shined with his first career playoff double-double, 10 points and 10 rebounds.
Just the little things that he did, igniting breaks, defensively, getting back in transition. I really thought that was one of Shane's best all-around games with the Heat.
LeBron led the Heat with 32 points, and Wade added 22 points, lifting the Heat to a 14-point Game 1 win.
You need Game 2 in this series because you don't want to lose that home court advantage.
Boston threatened that advantage as they hit the floor, firing, and led by as much as 15 points early.
Rondo allowed to go right in, hands it off, Bass, two-hand jam. Oh, Boston's playing beautifully right now.
They played very well early on. They was on the attack. Rondo was really on the attack.
Oh, nice move. Pretty play from Rajon Rondo.
Mario Chalmers kept the Heat in the game, leading the charge, helping the Heat cut the deficit in half before the break.
Chalmers for three. That's good. Mario Chalmers once again.
That's my job for this team, is to provide energy and do all the little things.
The Heat returned the 35-point favor in the third and finally took the lead.
Pierce blocked by James. Ahead to Wade. Wade puts it up and a foul.
But Boston wouldn't back down, and the remainder of the game was void of advantage.
You ever watch a good tennis match, where it's just constantly you're just going back and forth, back and forth. That's what this felt like.
Wade, the drive, Haslam, jump shot, got it!
Miami had a 3-point lead with 30 seconds remaining. Then Ray Allen altered that arrangement.
Dueling out to Ray Allen, an open three, that's good, tie game!
The one guy in the history of the league that you don't want taking that shot got a shot that open.
The last chance for the Heat to win the game in regulation was unsuccessful.
James puts it up, won't go, Garnett the rebound at the buzzer, and we go to overtime in Game 2.
Overtime continued with the same back-and-forth action until the co-captains made some big plays.
Wade back with it. To LeBron inside. Beauty! What a slam! Wade, nice through the defense, puts it up. It's good, and a foul!
The Heat scored the next 7 points and emerged with the biggest comeback in Heat playoff history, grabbing the 2-0 series lead, reminding Miami of playoff peril.
Today's game was the amusement park. Roller coasters, up, down, double loops. That's what conference finals basketball is all about, man.
Live from the TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts, it's the Eastern Conference Finals, game number 3.
You go up to Boston and basically you're up 2-0, but you're not really in pole position in the series.
LeBron started the Heat offensive engine, though. scoring half of Miami's 28 first quarter points.
Here's James quickly down the other end, and James banks it in with a foul.
Boston answered back with balanced scoring from Rondo, Pierce, and Garnett, giving them a 24-point lead in the third quarter, and they never looked back.
We were playing catch-up, it seemed like, the whole night. We couldn't get over the hump.
It's tipped up in the air. Daniels puts it up, got it right at the buzzer, and foul. Oh, nothing is going right for Miami.
TD Garden's rocking. Celtics are making shots, and all of a sudden we had a series.
The energy carried over into Game 4 as Paul Pierce led the Celtics to a 61-point first half.
Pierce gets weighed up in the air, count it, and one!
Yeah, they was carving us up early in the game. It seemed like they got every option.
Down by as many as 18 points, LeBron took over in the second half and willed the Heat to a comeback.
To LeBron, open for the long shot, got it from downtown and ties it with 37 seconds left.
The game would go into overtime, but with under 2 minutes left, LeBron fouled out for the first time as a member of the Miami Heat.
And an offensive foul on LeBron James. He's fouled out.
Without LeBron, the Heat struggled to score, but still had a final opportunity to snatch the win.
4 on the clock. Wade, step round, 3 misses, and Boston wins in overtime.
The Miami Heat are hoping home court here in Game 5 will make a difference, along with the return potentially of Chris Bosh back in the lineup.
Game 5 is always critical in a series like this because if a team comes in and wins that game on the road, the series has then changed.
An all-important home game was upon them, and with 6 minutes left in the first quarter, Chris Bosh took the court for his first time since May the 13th.
Here comes the ovation for Bosh.
Just to put my uniform on in the warm-ups and to be involved in the game in some kind of way, physically, it was good for me.
Into the paint, there's Bosh. Bosh off the window, got it and fouled, and Bosh will go to the line. Well, he let out a little bit of emotion on that one.
Bosh scored 9 points and grabbed 7 rebounds in the 14 minutes he played, and his return sparked the team as they were in full control in 3 quarters.
Wade moves, goes at Garnett, throws it back out to Battier. Battier for 3.
Then Boston went on a 15-1 run to end the third quarter.
Petrus 4 on the shot clock. It's good, and the Celtics have their first lead of the night.
We couldn't get nothing to go offensively, and they picked it up. They made some big shots to end the quarter.
Boston continued to keep it close in the fourth quarter, and the Heat were down by 1 with less than a minute to play.
Pierce elevates for 3. Bang! Huge shot by Paul Pierce right between the eyes. And the Boston Celtics shocked the Miami Heat, now up 3 games to 2.
They beat us. You know, they came in our house and they got one, so we got to go do the same.
Miami Heat now, they are 1 loss away from elimination.
They must win or the season and the championship dreams will be over.
What is there to suggest that Miami's going to come through and win a game on the road?
I don't know if they got it inside themselves to go out and play a great game.
It was the first time in the postseason that I sat there and thought to myself, this team may not make it to the NBA Finals.
That's what this is all about, getting tested. These are the moments where you can have breakthroughs.
LeBron broke through and broke out.
Right down the middle of the floor, James around Pierce all the way to the rim, and a tomahawk right-hand slam. Woo! LeBron, coast to coast, LeBron up with it and got it and fouled.
He was absolutely fearless tonight, and it was contagious.
Bosh, turn around, jump hook, missed, follow up, up high with a monster slam, LeBron.
Determination had never been personified quite like this. However, LeBron took it upon himself to not let their season end in Boston.
Everyone forever and ever and ever will talk about the look. It was one of those moments in Heat history.
I mean, the guy's as focused as can be. Everything was blocked out, and he was ready to control the game and dominate.
James for 3, does it again.
That was basically his way of saying, I'm not going out this way.
As long as I was on the court, I wanted to make plays to give ourselves a chance to win.
James again.
It was just an incredible performance, one of the best performances I've ever seen.
He finished his historic night with 45 points, 15 rebounds, and 5 assists, becoming the second player in NBA history, along with Wilt Chamberlain, to post those numbers as the Heat blew out the Celtics and forced a Game 7.
There's moments for teams where you become a championship team, and I thought Game 6 in Boston, that's the moment where the Miami Heat became champions.
This is what it's all about, man. Game 7. Let's get ready, Miami.
coming home.
Game 7, there's nothing like it in sports. A literal do-or-die game.
We anticipate we'll have to beat them at their best, and that's what it's all about.
You gotta want this game as bad as your next breath. Heaters on 3, 1, 2, 3. Heaters.
Live from American Airlines Arena in Miami, it's the Eastern Conference Finals, Game 7.
The Heat did not start off as scripted and trailed by double digits in the first quarter.
Rondo throws it off Wade and gets it back. We've seen him do that a number of times this season.
Miami never stopped fighting, cutting the deficit in half before the break with flair.
Beatrice, right over Chalmers, gave it away, and back with it comes LeBron to Wade. Back to LeBron and a two-hand jam on the alley-oop.
Carrying that momentum into the third quarter, the Heat outscored the Celtics and tied the game heading into the fourth.
Wade, pull-up jumper, ties the game.
How close can a series be that after all of that, you're going into the fourth quarter and saying, okay, we got 12 minutes to decide our future.
This is for all the marbles. We got to get back to where we believe we should be, and they did exactly that.
Bosh, a long three. Got it, oh my! Bosh from way downtown.
I just wanted to make an impact right off the bat, so I was just going to let it fly.
Bosh hit a career-high 3 threes and finished with 19 points, igniting the team's push to victory.
Bosh hits a three. Chris Bosh again.
This is big.
Huge.
Game ball automatically goes to him. And without his production tonight, we don't win.
Along with Bosh, LeBron and Wade scored the final 30 points of the game as the Heat earned a 13-point win.
LeBron got it, oh my! That one from about 30 feet away!
The Heat's dreams of a championship still very much alive as they overcome a 3-2 deficit to win the Eastern Conference Finals in 7 games.
It gives me great pleasure to present the 2012 Eastern Conference Championship Trophy to your Miami Heat.
Tonight we want to do this for our team, we want to do this for our family, and we want to do this for our city. It means so much to me just to come back. I see how special the fans really are and this team really is.
We do not take this for granted. We're happy that we got through this, built some character, and obviously we have a bigger goal in the next round.
We need 4 more wins against a tough opponent, but we built for it.
We're going to the finals, baby. See you on OKC.
I'm happy and I'm humbled. I can actually be back in this position.
Fueling the journey to get back to the finals, you have to go back to 2011 and deal with the pain of falling short.
And a celebration will begin. The Dallas Mavericks are NBA champions.
To be 2 games away from winning it all, you know, it was very disappointing.
I've been dreaming about it since last year, so, you know, the time is now.
The Miami Heat, for the 2nd straight year, going to the NBA Finals.
Relative to the national media, I don't know why, but it's a better story if the Heat lose.
The NBA would be better served if the Heat lose, because that's where the drama is. People love to hate the Miami Heat.
OKC collectively, as a unit, is a better team than the Miami Heat, and I suspect they'll take Miami out in 6 games.
It's obvious that this group, we had to go through a lot, but we had nobody else to lean on but each other. We built up a resolve and a resiliency that we certainly needed.
I don't know how those guys are able to just block it out and play. It's a testament to their commitment to the game, to commitment to their craft. They were absolutely committed to win.
With so many people wanting to see them fail, they're in the NBA Finals again. All that stuff you said about them, none of that matters.
It is on. Game 1 of the NBA Finals tonight here in Oklahoma City. Your Miami Heat against the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Compete like it's your last breath.
This is what we all put our sacrifice for, man. This is the reason we all here together. All right, this is what we dreamed about since we was kids. All our lives, getting to this moment. So let's seize this moment. Let's seize every opportunity, man. Don't get too high, don't get too low. We stick together no matter what. All right? Go. Heat on 3. 1, 2, 3, Heat!
Oklahoma City entered the finals with an 8-0 record at home in the postseason. Hoping to put an end to that streak, the Heat got off to a quick start in Game 1. They hit 5 3-pointers in the first quarter, a finals franchise record. 3 came from Shane Battier.
Battier leans into a long three. Battier from downtown. He's got 3 for 3 from beyond the arc.
This is a guy who struggled with his shot all year, but it started coming in bunches in the NBA Finals.
It's better to be timely than good.
Battier scored 13 of his 17 points in the first 2 quarters. The only player with more points in the first half was LeBron James, who provided 14 of his 30 points.
Cross-court pass, intercepted by LeBron, races ahead of Durant, slams it through with a right-handed crusher. And the Heat lead it 37-24.
We came out, we were ahead, and we just could not sustain the play, and they got us in the second half.
The Heat held a 7-point lead at halftime, but the second half belonged to the Thunder, who led by 1 at the end of the third quarter.
Call it, demand it, be more forceful. You got this, all right?
Here comes Durant to the basket, launches and fires it down.
Kevin Durant scored 17 of his 36 points in the fourth quarter.
Teams are going to make runs. The game will run, and they made their push. Unfortunately for us, we couldn't push back.
The Thunder outscored the Heat by 10 in the final 12 minutes to remain unbeaten at home in the playoffs.
They're relentless. We were thinking we were putting ourselves in a position to win, and then they just went away.
Did bring up some questions for this team of, are they going to be a team that's clutch in the fourth quarter, and what were they going to do?
For 2 years now, everything we've been through as a unit made us mentally and physically stronger, and we were prepared for game 2 knowing going up to Oklahoma is all about getting one game.
We didn't want to start the series out down 0-2, so that was a desperate game for us.
I look in your guys' eyes, this is what you guys are built for, and this is what you love. You love this stage. Conquer it. Conquer it, conquer them.
We need this one. Road Warriors mentality, man. We need it. Gotta have it.
It's the NBA Finals, game number 2 in a best-of-7. The series 1-0 right now for Oklahoma.
Teams that fall in game 1 of the finals go on to lose the series nearly 73% of the time. To avoid that fate and steal a needed game on the road, the Heat would have to first deal with a thunderous crowd.
Oklahoma City's crowd was loud.
They can be intimidating, you know, if you let them.
The building is always buzzing.
They stand until their team scores. And I'd love to know how long they've had to stand at one time.
Thunder fans would stand for nearly 3 minutes in game 2 as the Heat defense stifled Oklahoma City and helped Miami jump out to an early 18-2 lead.
We were ready, and we understood that it was going to be a hostile environment, and I think we took advantage of our opportunities there.
Battier for 3. Battier picks up where he left off.
Shane's a winner. I knew what we were getting in Shane. That there's no surprises there. He's a big game player.
He's been big for us all year, and this time of the year is what he lives for.
Shane's been a character guy, a great clutch player, a winner, and we knew he'd be a perfect fit for this team.
Battier once again made 3 threes in the first half. The team got an extra boost with the return of Chris Bosh to the starting lineup.
Blocked by Ibaka. Bosh the fake and throws it down. Good second effort from Chris Bosh.
We needed every bit of his big tonight.
Bosh played 40 minutes and finished with a double-double. Dwyane Wade added 24 points.
Dwyane guarded by Durant. On the drive, dunks it with a right hand. That's the Dwyane Wade you hope you would see here in game 2.
Miami led by 11 at the end of 3 quarters.
In game 2, the Heat came out smoking. When it's time for them to rise to the occasion, they know how to do it.
But just like game 1, Oklahoma City staged a fourth quarter comeback. The Heat turned to MVP LeBron James to square off against NBA scoring champ Kevin Durant.
I think what made this series so compelling, to start off, you had 2 of the game's superstars.
7 on the shot clock. LeBron drives on Cephalosha, wing jumper off glass and in. A huge shot by LeBron.
The duel between LeBron and Durant was marvelous at the end of game 2.
Wade splits the defense, knocked away, stolen by Fisher. Harden ahead to Cephalosha, back to Westbrook. Durant puts up a 3. Bang! Kevin Durant makes it a 2-point game.
Durant and LeBron both finished with a game-high 32 points. But with the game in its final seconds, only one star would break through.
We are built to get this stop right now. We are built to get this one.
For me, I want to guard the best. you know, and the biggest point of the game. And, you know, KD is an unbelievable talent. I just try to keep a body on him, make him take contested shots.
Durant on the drive, shot short. Westbrook lost it. James has it.
LeBron sealed the game with 2 clutch free throws to keep him a perfect 12 for 12 at the line.
LeBron James and the Miami Heat handing Oklahoma City their first loss at home in this postseason, and the series is tied.
When we talked about conquering, that's what it is right there, okay? Whatever is in our way, however, whoever, you just conquer it, okay? So take a minute to enjoy it. This whole series is going to be like that, and I can't wait for it. It's going to bring out. It's going to bring out.
Just started. Series just started.
Yep.
Just started.
Now we go back to our caves. Okay, we gather ourselves for a day, and then we go back out hunting.
Yes, sir. Sir, together. 1, 2, 3.
Together.
Once we got that first victory, we just felt like once we came home that we weren't going to lose.
Once we got down to Miami and it was 1-1, our mentality was to lock the doors and don't let them out.
We have to handle Game 3, and we have to make sure that we're playing as a desperate team.
Game 3 is a huge game for us. You know, you don't want to go to Oklahoma, do your job, then come back and sell it.
The best thing about being on the road is that you have to come together as a group. We're looking forward to a tough Game 3, man. That's what it's all about.
Right now, the Heat of all the momentum. They stole home court advantage, and they look to put it to the test in the first of 3 games here at American Airlines Arena.
Do not disappoint our home fans, man. Do not disappoint yourself and do not disappoint your teammates. Go out there for 48 minutes plus. Yes, sir. Heaters on 3. 1, 2, 3. Heaters.
Let's go, Heat! Let's go, Heat!
When Game 3 started, the place was as loud as I've ever heard it.
What was impressive was the way Miami started the game.
Wade out on the right side, double team. Bounce pass, Bosh down, they got again.
Chalmers now drives, nice feed to Wade.
Through aggressive play, the Heat quickly got out in front behind Bosh, Wade, and LeBron, who collectively scored Miami's first 18 points and gave them the first quarter lead.
James coast to coast, layup, got it to go.
The Thunder charged back into the game with a 14-2 run early in the third.
Fisher will try a 3. Count it, and a foul.
They came out in the third quarter and attacked us, and we didn't attack back. So we had to get back to that.
But barely a minute later, Durant had to sit with his 4th foul, and the momentum shifted towards the Heat side. Battier and Jones were both fouled, shooting threes, and will make all 6 free throws.
When you're down, getting to the free-throw line is the most important thing you can do. It slows the other team's momentum. Those were 6 huge free throws that got us back in the game.
You can make an argument that those 6 free throws changed the course of the series for both teams.
Into the corner, LeBron squares for 3. Kaboom! And the Heat come from 10 down to lead by 2.
The fourth quarter had some tense moments with both teams trading baskets and turnovers until Wade and LeBron powered their way to the basket late.
Chalmers leading a 3-on-2 break. LeBron drives in, and it's a blocking foul on Durant.
Miami will take a 2-1 lead in these NBA Finals with a hard-fought 91-85 victory.
This is competition at its highest. It wasn't pretty all the way through, but here in Miami, we like these gritty wins.
We're a team that pride ourselves on winning any kind of style game, whether it's ugly, whether it's up and down, high scoring or low scoring.
For us, we just want to improve. We want to improve each and every game, and we look forward to the challenge game for them.
Live from American Airlines Arena in Miami, it's the NBA Finals, Game 4.
This is the moment where it went wrong for us a year ago. We cannot let history repeat itself.
We're a totally different team than we was last year when we was up 2-1. We understand what it takes. We've used that motivation. Now we're going into a Game 4 on our floor.
It was, okay, we've got an advantage. We're up. Let's win the next game.
Don't leave no chances. Give it all that you got and leave everything out there on that floor, man. And I mean everything.
Striking first, Oklahoma City lit it up early for a 17-point lead in the first quarter.
Westbrook, Durant, the finish.
When you down that much, you're like, okay, let's just chip this thing back. Let's chip it back. And a lot of credit to Norris Cole for coming in with the new haircut. You know, to be a rookie to come in when we needed something.
Cole's got another one from downtown. Oh, what a great time for the rookie.
It was about seizing the moment, seizing the opportunity, and I have been waiting my whole life to play in a game like this.
Cole would wait no more, providing 8 points in 8 minutes off the bench, inching the Heat closer.
Chalmers drives down the lane. Count it, and a foul.
It was a full team effort to surge ahead, and eventually Miami led by 4 after 3 quarters. But for every Heat basket, Westbrook matched and would finish the game with an amazing 43 points.
Russell Westbrook lighting it up.
With the game tied at 90, LeBron drove to the basket but never made it.
He went down and it was silent in the building. It really was. Nobody knew what had happened because you don't see him go down and not get back up right away. And suddenly there's panic.
Then you're relieved to know that it was just a cramp, but you understand that this could prevent him from playing the rest of the game.
It was difficult individually to go down and have to be out, but I just told myself, if you can get in and make 1 or 2 plays.
For the Heat, LeBron James back in the game.
When he came back into the game and made the 3, even though he knew he couldn't move and there wasn't much mobility, it just says so much about him.
For 3, bang! Oh my!
LeBron James from downtown. Oh, and he's limping back.
An incredible example of sheer will and competitiveness. And what he did was push his body past the limit.
LeBron's 3 put the Heat up 3, but he would not return. So it was up to Miami's backcourt to close it out.
Wade to the basket, scoop layup is good. Chalmers on the drive, gets inside and banks it in. What a performance tonight from Mario Chalmers.
The Miami Heat win Game 4 and lead 3 games to 1.
Mario Chalmers was huge. Mario Chalmers was big tonight. We don't win this game tonight without what he did, and obviously in the fourth quarter.
You know, with one of our leaders down, just try to step up. You know, help the team out the best way I could. You know, coming out that timeout, I told Dwyane, yo, find me. Let's get this win. Let me put the dagger in him.
It's always a team effort. It takes everybody, and you know we're thinking about Game 5 right now.
I think a lot of us were left with some moments and thoughts of regret last year. But this time, we wanted to lay it all out there.
Everybody has a job to do. You just have to focus on doing your job.
Before we walked out on the court, I told everybody to get in a circle. I said, let me look at everyone in the face. Because this moment right here, this is going to be the last time that I'll look at you guys. And you guys are not champions.
That's why I'm getting a good look. The last time I look at y'all in your eyes, and y'all not champions.
We've put ourselves in a position to win it all. Let's do it here. Game 5 is our Game 7. Let's do it right now.
Go out and take care of business, man.
Sir. Let's go.
Heatles on 3.
Let's go, man.
1, 2, 3, Heatles.
When I was little, I used to watch games, and I thought it was so cool for a team to win on their home floor. And we realized we had that possibility.
Let's close this series out. Those guys are going back to Oklahoma. We don't want to go with them.
I think this team, it's a different team right now, and Oklahoma City is going to have to play at a high level to have that series go back home for them.
You can just sense it right now. The whole town is like they've never been before, waiting and anticipating this great night, what could be historic for the Heat.
Your approach should be, you want to seize the moment, and you got to seize it like it's your last round.
Westbrook has it poked away. Chalmers, good defense. Alley-oop to Wade. Oh, he put it in off the glass.
The Heat started off strong and grabbed the lead 5 minutes into the first quarter.
LeBron guarded by Harden, puts it on the floor, back to Bosh, right baseline, by Perkins for a slam dunk.
And it continued well into the second quarter.
Cole steps into a 3. Kaboom!
If they started the game well, and we took it 1 quarter at a time, coming down the stretch, we were going to get them.
Into the corner, Mike Miller for 3. Miller time!
With 15 points from LeBron and 4 3-pointers from Mike Miller, Miami enjoyed a 10-point lead at the half.
Miller for 3. Bang! Mike Miller, 4 for 4 from downtown.
You've been waiting for the injured Mike Miller? Well, tonight he's been unbelievable.
Be able to contribute and help these guys anyway was my goal, and it worked out that way.
Focused and poised, the Heat were just 24 minutes away from the title.
We've been here now before. This is where we got to keep on going.
They wanted to come out strong in the third quarter, but Oklahoma City scored 7 of the first 9 points to close within 5.
Durant, the long 3, buries it from downtown. The thundering back on Miami.
Oklahoma City came out playing like we want to go back to OKC in front of our fans. And the Heat had this determination that said, it ain't happening.
Rio for 3, bang! Into the corner, Battier, 3! Take that in your grill!
They knew that to win it, they had to play the exact same way, the way they've worked, the way they've been trained, the way they've been taught.
Bosh down the lane, that good, and a foul!
True team togetherness was needed to widen the gap in the third quarter. With all starters in double figures, the Heat were creeping closer.
It's like catching lightning in a bottle. It just does not happen very often in pro sports where everything works just how you want it to and need it to.
Miller for three, puts it in!
Miller finished with 23 points, connecting on 7 3-pointers, setting a finals record for a non-starter.
And Miller shoots a three, kaboom! Mike Miller continues his storybook night.
I don't know how this guy was playing. I literally only planned on playing him 3 or 4 minutes tonight. Then he started knocking down threes, so we left him in there. It was pure adrenaline and competitive will.
Got another one! Oh my goodness! You are watching perfection!
I was so happy that he had the performance that he did, because it was a historical performance.
I think it was very endearing, and it was nice to see him get those big cheers as a reward.
The Heat's trio all finished with over 20 points, and LeBron finished with a championship triple-double. With 3 minutes remaining, the work nearly done, reality was finally realized.
Our goal right now, since we have this game in hand, is to make sure we close it out. And I think it's our job and our duty to make sure that certain guys get in the game. Dwyane Howard, I thought he deserved to be on that court.
My assistant coaches told me to make substitutions. I looked at him like, crazy, really? We got to make sure we're winning the game. And I looked at the score, and it started to sink in then.
Miami is going to clear the bench as LeBron, Dwyane Wade, Bosh will come off, and what a moment!
When Dwyane got in the game, I could finally exhale and say, oh, holy mackerel, we're going to be NBA champions.
I didn't say we got this until about a minute on the clock. When you guys start seeing me do it like this, that's when I felt like we had that victory.
If you're LeBron James, tell me how good is this gotta feel?
Final minute of the final game of the 2012 NBA Finals.
When the clock went all the way down and I poured the Gatorade on sport, I knew it was over.
Let the coronation begin. There'll be another parade down beautiful Biscayne Boulevard. It's over.
Victoria campeón, campeón del mundo, Miami Heat.
Miami has won the NBA championship. The Heat are champs here in 2012.
This was so great, winning on our home court for our fans.
It's such a great feeling just to be in this position and happy.
Congratulations to the 2012 NBA champion, your Miami Heat.
When it was over, it was just a wonderful relief, great joy, in particular for the players and also for Mickey and for Eric and the staff.
We love you, Miami. Thank you for your patience. We remember last year, we wanted to make up for it.
It was just wonderful to be able to see them raise that trophy and get the monkey off their back. It was an amazing roller coaster ride, is all I can say.
For them to really enjoy that moment that they came together for. I felt like a proud big brother.
LeBron James is the unanimous choice for the MVP.
This right here is the happiest day of my life. And I wouldn't want to spend it with nobody else in the world besides my teammates, these fans. Oh my God, you guys are unbelievable. And this is a dream come true.
Just to witness his transgression as a leader, I mean, it's been incredible. I mean, just the playoff run that he's had, I'm just really, I'm really proud to call myself a teammate of his, and it's just been unbelievable to witness.
To go through this journey and then to go through all those trials and tribulations to get to this point, he's earned it, and we're so proud of him.
I know how bad he wanted this championship, but to see the way that he played, the way he went and got it, I'm just so proud of him.
To be able to play at the highest level in the biggest stage and to be rewarded for it, I think it was a great moment for me as an individual.
It's about to go down. It's now. It's about to go.
All of a sudden, everyone just sort of explodes with this euphoria. There's no better moment like that.
That champagne moment, that's one of the best moments about winning the championship. I was waiting to feel a burn in my eyes. I didn't bring my goggles like Shane Battier.
Words can't describe it. You always dream about having that special moment with your teammates. You know, we finally had our moment.
Champions, that's how I feel. That's why we came together 2 summers ago, and we told y'all we was gonna be champions, man.
Every guy on this team has a story.
And every guy on this team has gone through a lot to get to this point. And to be able to share this moment together and have our families there, it was special.
You're the best, baby. Never do it. You're the best. I've been waiting for this opportunity for so long, and all the hard work and all the sweat in the gym, all the heart pains throughout my career, it finally happened. I can't believe it, man. Someone need to pinch me. I think it's a dream or something, right?
We just put our hearts and our souls into this, and man, we family, we brothers. It's something that nobody can ever take away from us.
Words can't describe it. For once in my life, I'm speechless. That's how great it is.
I'm gonna enjoy this one a lot more than I enjoyed 2006. For me, coming from South Dakota and having an opportunity to play in 2 NBA Finals now is a dream come true.
That's what we've been working for. That's what we came here for. We believe in ourselves. If you believe me, we can't believe it.
My dream has become a reality now, and it's the best feeling I ever had.
I'm a champion, and nobody can ever take that away from me.
We have a brotherhood now that you don't necessarily have unless you've been through the fire together.
25 years from now, we're going to be coming back together in this semicircle and talking about this journey we just went on.
This was a covenant. We made the gold marks for every win that we had, but we brought it out periodically throughout the playoffs, and that last mark we knew would be the hardest one.
We got one more. We got one more. 16.
There's this image in my mind about, the symbolic parade, this championship parade.
I always am a dreamer. Anything that's ever happened to me in my life that's really good, I've dreamt about it a lot. And so, when the three of them signed and came to Miami, that I knew we had a very good foundation. And so, this was a dream come true, there's no doubt.
For the second time in Miami Heat history, hundreds of thousands of fellow dreamers gathered to revel in the glory of a Miami championship.
Let's go Heat! Let's go Heat! Let's go Heat!
The players' closest friends and family gathered to launch the celebration.
Let's go Heat! Is this our bus?
This trophy is heavy, but it feels great to hold it. It's the best feeling ever. More importantly, we did it for our fans here in Miami. This is for you, Miami.
The parades, that's a combination of a celebration for yourself and for the fans, and to see the show up in groves like they did, it means a lot to us.
It was great that we had such incredible support all year long, and even at the parade we had 400,000 people here. It was pretty incredible.
To be on that truck, especially when we made that turn to Biscayne Boulevard, and to see those hundreds of thousands of fans, it was just a great sight.
So happy for the city and for my team. It's a day everyone can just take delight in and revel in. Winning Miami, lots of fans, the way to go. So I think people appreciate the local flavor.
I enjoy the moment and really appreciate the look on all my players' face and how much they're enjoying it and what it takes to get to this point.
It was huge being able to win it in front of these guys. They've been our backbone all year. Through the ups and downs, they've been with us, and it's good to be able to celebrate with them.
These fans support us every single night and every single day, no matter what people said about our team. And they always were supporting us. And to be able to celebrate this moment with them, it was awesome.
After all this was over, Dwyane Wade said, I don't know if it would have been good for LeBron to win it his first year in Miami. And in a way, that's true for the whole team. The idea that sometimes, that the t-shirt that they're all wearing now, earned not given, you have to go through the tough stuff. It's that, hey, we suffered for this. We know what it means. It's a deep thing. We earned it.
What struck me was that the Heat has become more than a basketball team in this town. They've become a symbol of the best that Miami can be.
I saw people running out of their buildings. Literally sprinting, trying to get close, to get a piece of history.
It's a dream come true for me personally, man, to be here at this parade celebrating with our fans. It's the best moment, man. It's the best moment of my life, man. That's what it's all about right here. Winning the championship and being able to celebrate with the ones that support you throughout the whole year. MVP! MVP!
I don't know if you enjoy a party, but if you don't like this, I would check your pulse.
It was a day full of relief and jubilation, a day that players could be themselves. Bosh brought his usual energy as co-captain Dwyane Wade secured the trophy.
I feel amazing, man. I feel great. It's the moment you realize how much you've overcome, how much you sacrificed, and it's all worth it, baby.
All the Heat players were infected with joy, including the rookie, accompanied by that championship van.
I feel great, man. I love the fans.
To be able to experience something like this for the first time, never could imagine it in a million years.
I just cherish this with so much more. So much sacrifice, and it paid off for us.
The best thing I can do as a hometown kid is to bring a ring here. So, obviously that, and, my mother, obviously watching, I'm happy I was able to do it for her.
I always dreamt of this moment, and now I finally have a chance to experience it. I don't want to wake up.
When I got off the truck, I turned to some of the guys and I said, if that doesn't make you want to do it again, I don't know what would.
Every hard day we had was worth it. It was the best. Because these are moments that you don't know what's going to come again. You can always say, I've been there. So, we're going to continue this celebration, keep this party going.
As the title holders strolled down Championship Alley to greet a packed house in the arena, a brilliant flashback emerged.
When we came together last time we was on the stage, we talked about winning the championship. So to be in year 2 and to be able to come through on our word, you have to start with 1, and this is a great feeling. We was able to bring that championship back to Miami.
NBA champion, Miami Heat.
When they say you have kids, you should never have a favorite. So it's kind of like, to me, like having 2 championships, I shouldn't have a favorite, but I do. The second one means so much more to me. And you just want to see it for them guys. You want to see Shane Battier get a champion. He's supposed to be a champion. You want to see Dwyane Howard get a championship. You want to see LeBron James get his first championship.
There was so many stories going on that stage, and feeling so good for so many people.
As the little brother, you tend to take on just a little bit of verbal abuse.
Hey, big bro. I'll take that.
The expectation level that we have for ourselves is 10 times more than what anybody on the outside has, and it felt like a 1,000-pound weight was lifted off our shoulders, like we were finally able to kind of breathe and exhale a little bit.
What a difference a year makes. 2011 had such a bitter ending, making this celebration all that much sweeter.
What will happen with the Heat? They're the team that everybody loves to watch, and many certainly rooting against them. And I think what they've done with their unselfishness and with how hard they compete at both ends of the floor, with LeBron James leading the way, I think people are starting, even the ones that don't like them, are starting to really respect them.
We really had to just look at each other and say, okay, this is just us out here and we're gonna get the job done. And it's still unbelievable just to be able to meet that challenge and beat it.
It's a circle the wagon mentality. It's us against the world. We don't have anybody else we can rely on, and we don't have anybody else to blame. It's all on us. So are you in or you out? Either you're all in or you're all out, and everybody was all in. And that's what happens. That's what it takes to win a championship.
This year, it was a historic year for the franchise, and we'll find a way to keep putting ourselves in a position to try to contend for championships.
The greatest joy for me was to watch this team really grow and to watch this team overcome adversity.
For 24 months, we went through an unprecedented amount of criticism, of noise from the outside that, interestingly enough, it strengthened our bond collectively. And then we started to build a real team. And a family. And then when you finally win it, you see that it's genuine. The guys really do care, and they're so happy for each other. And as a coaching staff, we were so happy for them to finally achieve that and for us to achieve it because of what we all gave to it.
We would be nothing without you guys. Thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. You guys have really made this journey special. And to go through this journey with such great guys, a great staff, it made it all that more memorable. So thank you so much. And you know what? We are world champs. That is all.
you a royalty. She even said it's staring in the face of poverty. Is that insanity or vanity? I think it's nothing but the power of the mind. Believe she put it in me.
Layup and foul, LeBron James.
King, I'm gonna make that woman so proud of her son. I know you heard about change, it's gonna come.
Here's Rio for three. A dagger.
I'll be there with my hands held high in the air like a champion. Cause I'm the man to win.
Before you wear the crown, they'll try to tear you down. I'm ready for it now. Cause I don't feel the fall. I'm gonna stand tall, no breaking down the wall. If you're not ready to wear that crown, you'll never face resistance. But the moment you step on that throne, you'll hear their cries in the distance.
Wade, nice through the defense, puts it up. It's good, and a foul.
You rising up, just keep the faith.
Follow up, up high with a monster slam, LeBron.
Take your soul, cause you know before you wear the crown, they'll try to tear you down.
The Heat's dreams of a championship still very much alive.
Cause I don't feel the fall. I'm gonna stand tall, no breaking down the wall. Before you wear the crown, they'll try to tear you down. I'm ready for it now. Cause I don't feel the fall. I'm gonna stand tall, no breaking down the walls.
For the second time in franchise history, there'll be another parade down beautiful Biscayne Boulevard, and Miami wins the NBA title.